The Tale of Ucchanga. The Buddha shared this story at Jetavana, inspired by the remarkable wisdom of a woman. In the land of Kosala, there lived a family comprising 4 members, an elderly man and his wife, along with her son and brother. One day, the 3 men ventured into the forest to gather firewood. Unbeknownst to them, a group of thieves was being pursued through the area. When villagers, hot on the thieves' trail, came across the 3 men, they mistakenly assumed them to be the culprits. Seizing them, the villagers presented the men before the king, who sentenced them without conducting a thorough investigation. The wife, upon hearing of their predicament, rushed to the palace in great distress. Crying loudly, she pleaded for an audience with the king. Moved by her anguish, the king ordered his attendants to provide her with food, clothing, and money, but she refused them all. Intrigued, the king summoned her and inquired, "What is it that you seek, woman? How can I assist you?" The woman replied, "Your Majesty, I have no need for wealth or possessions. A woman's happiness lies in her family, not in material riches. You have taken my husband, my son, and my brother. Without them, I cannot go on living." Hearing this, the king offered a compromise: "I cannot release all 3, as I have yet to ascertain their innocence. However, in light of your bravery, I will allow you to choose one to set free." Without hesitation, the woman said, "Then, please release my brother." The king, astonished by her choice, asked, "Why would you not save your husband or your son? Explain yourself, or I may rethink my offer." She explained with calm determination, "Your Majesty, while I dearly love my husband and son, I can remarry and bear another child. But my parents are no longer alive, and I can never have another brother. Thus, I beg you to release him." Impressed by her logic and selflessness, the king not only freed all 3 men, but also provided the family with provisions and safe passage home. This tale resonated deeply in Jetavana. Upon hearing of the woman's actions, the Buddha remarked, "In a past life, she saved these same individuals in a similar manner." He then recounted the story. Long ago, in the kingdom of Varanasi, a small rural family of 4 lived modestly: a husband, wife, son, and the wife's brother. Each day, the 3 men worked diligently on their farmland near the forest. One fateful day, as they toiled, a group of robbers fled through the area. Villagers, mistaking the men for the criminals, seized them and dragged them to the palace. Without proper inquiry, the king pronounced them guilty and sentenced them to death. The wife, learning of the situation, hastened to the palace in a state of despair. Her wails echoed through the corridors, prompting the king to take notice. He instructed his attendants to offer her food and money, but she refused, requesting instead an audience with him. When the king finally agreed to meet her, he observed her composed demeanor and asked, "You do not appear to be destitute or in need. What is troubling you?" The woman replied with poise, "Your Majesty, my plea is not for wealth, but for justice. My husband, my son, and my brother are innocent farmers, not robbers. I implore you to spare their lives." The king, moved by her words, said, "I cannot yet determine their innocence, but I will allow you to choose one among them to be released." To the king's surprise, she chose her brother. Perplexed, he asked, "You cried for your husband, yet now you ask for your brother's release. Why this change of heart?" The woman explained, "Your Majesty, I love my husband and son dearly, but should they perish, I can remarry and have another child. My brother, however, is irreplaceable, as my parents are no longer alive. For this reason, I plead for his release." The king, Deeply impressed by her reasoning and loyalty, declared, "Your wisdom is unparalleled. I will not only release your brother, but also your husband and son." He then ensured their safe return home, providing them with provisions and transport as a gesture of goodwill. Concluding the tale, the Buddha revealed, the woman and 3 men from Kosala were the same souls as the family in Varanasi, while the king of Varanasi was none other than myself in a previous life.